Hello, my smiling faces. So I'm gonna be watching Jasper's new MV for their song "Love Scene." So I already saw like people making like the ongoing jokes of like, why is everything having to do with like, um, in the bedroom? Essentially, is what people were talking about. I'm just like, I'm fucking weak. I can't with people, but that was funny. But yeah, I'm curious to see like what this is gonna sound like. I did see like the concept photos, and I did see that it's like kind of like cowboy western theme at least for what they're wearing. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and watch the MV, y'all. Ooh. Oh, okay, they're in front of the camera. Ooh. Ooh. These shots of him are insane. Ooh, June sounds good. Ooh. Ooh. I like how they have like basically essentially not that move. Ooh. Come on, guitar. I was gonna say, essentially it's like Titanic is what's going on. Why do we need that shot? Oh my god, stop. Ooh. So they're just kind of hitting every genre of like movies. The run is insane though. These close-up shots. This is funny though, like, well, I'll just say at the end. Oh, there's like so many versions of themselves, I guess. Not that move too. Oh, that was impressive. I like this little part, like after the bridge or the chorus of it. Ooh. Okay. So yeah, this is like different from what we've heard, like music from, like it's still strong and intense, kind of like the other songs, but like touches a little bit more like, what would you call that? Like more. Like I always say like reggaeton or like kind of, I don't know how to describe that certain beat, like kind of not reggae, like I don't know how to describe that beat, but it just fits with whatever the concept they're going with. And again, because we went from sadistic, we went to take it off, then they did touch, then now it's love scene. So I think what I was saying though earlier was like me, like this is kind of funny because like they're also like actors, and all of them have actively had like to film like a love scene with their partner. So like I just thought of it like that's kind of funny in that aspect. But I do like how they kind of, went this route of it being like, oh, we're in different types of like films. So like the first one when they're on the ship is essentially supposed to be like a reference to Titanic or whatever. and then the other one's just like, you know, like a bandit kind of like Western um cowboy like theme where they're you know, you're trying to like chase after like, I guess like like the bad guys or whatever, or like your love who's been kidnapped on like the train is essentially what it is giving. So I'm like, I like how they went about that, and they kind of showed us a little bit of like the behind the scenes like aspect of like, with, you know, us seeing like what the set looks like, or what like the CGI aspect of it, where you see like the blue or like the green screen where they end up like, you know, putting like the animation and stuff like that. So like, cause they did a lot of that with like the ship essentially, and with the train moving, like them being on horses and them like, you know. So it's kind of also in a way kind of talking about like blurring the like line between like what's real and what's not, like in terms of like, you know, film, or like in terms of them like being actors as well. So like kind of them essentially saying, in my opinion, wanting something real and not like it being solely, you know, based on like what we see in like the movies, or what we see like the love stories that we see in movies or we see in TV. It's kind of giving me that kind of vibe, and it's essentially like, and I might be overthinking it because again, this song, like the lyrics may say one thing, obviously, like it's talking about like, oh, like I want to be with you in every like aspect of like, essentially again being like, oh, there again, it's more like a sensual like vibe with the lyrics, right? And then obviously there were moves here and there that like camera panning and stuff like that, where I was just like, I didn't need that. But it's, if you think about it the other way, that's what I'm thinking about it, more so of it being like, oh yeah, like they're talking about, you know, wanting something off of the screen and not necessarily like, you know, having to depict a movie or like a show, like that kind of like whirlwind romance, you know, because, you know, it's all like, yeah, of course, you know, love can happen on like in that way as well, like, as they do portray in the movies, but not all the time. Like it's not, don't like, you know, set your hopes up for it, you know, because I know a lot of us can be a little bit delulu and have expectations based on like things we see like in film and such. But essentially it's kind of like them being like, don't like, you know, it's kind of all essentially like a lie in a way, or like image making in that aspect. So I did like really like that aspect of it. The song itself, again, I do like that one little bit where the guitar like comes in after like the bridge part. It's a lot more like dark and kind of, I guess, a little bit more like, I guess it could be a little bit sensual here and there, which again, nothing too crazy, because again, like we have most of their songs are essentially about like more on the sensual side, I would say, if you like pay attention to like the lyrics and just like within the title itself, you know. But yeah, I mean, they all look great. Again, I thought it was gonna be cowboy themed because I did see like the concept photos of them in the cowboy outfits, but I guess like that was just one kind of I think to kind of like fool you, or like kind of like, obviously they did show it in the MV, but like, so you kind of like didn't think where it was gonna go in terms of like what, but again, you could have probably thought of it, but because of the term of it being called love, the song being called Love Scene. But I don't know, my mind was not at all thinking about that. I was just thinking like, oh, it's just gonna be like a sensual song, because again, they're no stranger to that with like their lyrics and like the types of MVs that they have done. But yeah, but I did like that they showed a little bit of the behind the scenes of that, and again, kind of talking, essentially kind of implying like that blur between what's real and what's not real when it comes to like a love relationship, essentially. If you want to look at it that way, you can, right? But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I shall see you in the next one.